What's up, everybody, and welcome to Scarborough Fishing. I'm Bailey Scarborough. I'm a new angler. I've only been fishing for a little bit less than a year. I want to go ahead and start this channel to talk about my favorites, my dislikes. I also want to go ahead and start reaching out to the community of YouTube and really just kind of meet other people, see their styles, their techniques. Also to give other anglers out there different ideas upon different boxes for specifics, different plastics, different bags. Also to go over budget options, which is 90% of what I do is all budgets. Favorite bait casting rods and reels. Favorite spin casting rods and reels. An arrangement of different tools to use, and amongst others. So the first thing we're going to talk about is tools. Can't really go fishing on your boat or on shore without a good set of tools. For me, I found an ugly stick pair of pliers. These are great and amazing. Has a little lanyard that holds it to its little sheath that I hold onto my belt of my pants. It does have a spring inside of it that does help keep it open. The one thing that I love about it more than anything is this little cutter right here. Now that works great on braid. It also works really well on mono and fluoro. It just works well above everything else. I've also never had any type of hooks slip out whatsoever. And the great thing is it fits right back inside of its sheath. Easy, comfortable, and great. Next thing I want to talk about, split ring pliers. I love split ring pliers, especially when it comes to changing terminal tackle. I definitely change out almost all of my terminal tackle on any type of treble hooks. I also upgrade the split rings and any type of snaps that they have. Most of the time I switch from snaps to split rings because I don't want any type of failure. But when split or snaps are a must, I will use them. But this from Texas Tackle split rings are absolutely amazing. I love the fact that this little bottom part extends further than the little triangle to help you actually be able to grab that split ring instead of it slipping and sliding so many times. I've had this problem over and over and over again, and for me, these were absolutely the best choice that I have. Now, I know that some people don't like using them. That's fine. It's all up to you. You don't have to take my word for it, but this is what I found that I really like while working with split rings. Another thing that I also found from Raffle, I know there's a bunch of different ones and they all work great. This is just the first one I picked up and it's never failed me, is the Raffle fish grabber. I personally don't like sticking my hands or my fingers inside of a lot of fish's mouth, like carp or catfish. I definitely don't like it. So these are really great. They snap down, they hold really great. I've yet to have them fail on me. It's just a good budget option. I think I bought them, I'm not even gonna lie, I can't really remember, they were the $10 or $12 and they worked really great. They did have a string on it. I took the string off, it got really annoying. That's me, you don't have to. These were a great choice. Next thing I want to talk about is boxes and bags. I found some really nice Plano bags that work really well. They have a great pull style snap on them that you can definitely hear it when they snap up. They also have this little tag right here to label. As you can see, I have Cinco's inside of here. It has a whole stand up compartment on the bottom that helps it stand up on its own. These are great. I have several of these and are really great for organization. You can put them all in a row inside of your boat or inside your backpack for going out and doing bank fishing. Really love them. And I've also had a few of them get wet on my little boat and nothing inside of it got wet. Just the outer casing, which is really great. Something very important for me. Next thing, and I'm almost obsessed with frogs. I love frogs. I bought a little hydro box from Plano with frogs. This thing is great because frogs always hold water. Any type of frog that you get, you can always, which this is a spro. I love spro frog. This is just great frog. Any type of spro frog you get, or any hollow body frog you get, you can always push them down and they hold water. No matter what you do, they will always hold water. This box helps prevent that. Helps dries them out. Well, it doesn't help prevent them holding water, but it helps dries them out. You got perforated holes in every compartment going all the way down on both sides. This is really great for any type of bait that you have, hard, soft, or whatever you have that holds water. This will help it dry it out. This is really great. Once I found it, I knew I had to have it for my frog box because this is definitely a must if you're worried about your frogs continuously staying wet and rusting in the box. Another one that I have, hard box, I really love, is this organizer for either chatterbaits or spinnerbaits. This one's designed for spinnerbaits, but still works for chatterbaits. And it holds everything very well. As you can see, nothing's really falling out. I do have a runner right here I've been playing with. I'm not really big sold on it, but I still like it with my spinnerbaits. As you can see, everything holds in here. I have my spinnerbaits, my chatterbaits, and then I got a little bit of spinner and chatter chartreuse. I try to separate it all by color, but that's me. And my favorite spinnerbait right now is a Nicholas Lure Coleslaw. You can see the chartreuse and the orange right there on the bottom with that orange blade right there. For me, I feel that orange blade really draws their attention and really gets them to come up and eat that bait. I've had so much success out of this. I absolutely love it, but I also think it's more of a confidence thing. It's just me personally. I'll get more into these baits in later videos, and I'll also get to fishing more, and you'll see me out there fishing more in later videos. But right now it's just talking about some of the things that I've found that I love and work great. Another box that I really love is a Plano Edge. That's my small little terminal tackle. You see I got different types of hooks. I got different treble hooks, worm hooks. I got 1/4 ounce bullet weights, tungsten bullet weights. I really don't, when I'm doing Texas rigging, I really only use either weightless or 1/4 ounce tungsten weights. I don't do a lot of punching inside of like hard mats or hard vegetation. I really don't. It's just I don't have a lot of where I live. So if that's something somewhere I get to, it's probably something I'll do. I also have some weight stoppers down through there. They're from 6 cents. They work great. You can especially tell, especially when it's just a little difficult to slide up on your line. I've used it anywhere from 10-pound to 17-pound test line, and it works great and amazing. These really help because, like I said, terminal tackle, it's a thin box and it has all these different compartments where you can organize everything. I always write on it with Sharpie saying what it is and everything going down. These boxes are great and amazing. They have a weather seal around them. It keeps water from getting in, keeps everything from getting rusted. A really great box. I also have the Jig Box. Everything organized from pitching jigs, football jigs, and swim jigs. These are really great. These are just some of my favorites. I really love pitching and football jigs. I don't have a lot of swim jigs because they just really don't work real well from where I live, but I want to get more into it. And then you have I have several of these traditional boxes where you just have put it inside of there. As you can see, this is my top water box. I really love these boxes for trying to keep water out of my tackle. Another box or another bag that I really love is a Plano Speed Bag. Let's see which one's this. Some of these I haven't wrote on or organized. This is my trailer bag that I generally used for jigs and other types of like trailers. This is the Gary Yamamoto Double Tail Grub 5-inch and the cinnamon purple. This is really great when it comes to any type of like brown pitching jigs that I use. It works really great in my opinion. So that's me. I got several others inside of here, but this bag specifically, not only does it fold down after you zip it up, it works really great in keeping a lot of water out of there. Now the water will get inside the zipper, but it won't seep through the bag. It does fold down for smaller storage options. It also folds back up. And when you're sitting here trying to dig through it, get everything in there, because I mean mine's an absolute mess. Mine is absolutely full. You can pull it back and it will stay open. And it's just, everything is just right here. You want to pull it back, you want to get to whatever you want to get to. You can always find it and get to it. Put everything back, zip it back up. I have several of these. I have the 3600 bag, and then I have the 3500 bag. So I'll let you know I do a lot more than bass fishing. I fish for catfish, I fish for crappie, I fish for white bass, I fish for the 3 main bass, the largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass, but also lately I've been snagging carp. And in my waters, Asian carp, especially the silver carp and the big head carp, it became a major problem in the waters. Now you have to understand where I live in Tennessee, snagging carp is legal. Transporting live carp is not. So you have to sit there and think about what you're doing while you're doing it. But that's for a different video. Like I said, out of the 3500 bag, this works great for all my crappie terminal tackle that I have, especially the plastics. I also have a small little jig box for all my small little crappie jigs that I have. I mainly just use white, black, and chartreuse. Chartreuse works really well. And I also have some small Kitex I use for crappie. And I also have some Mr. Crappie by Strike King. These work really well, in my opinion. But most of the crappie stuff I have fit inside of smaller boxes and bags. I also went and got, to make things a little easier to pull around, Plano 3500 day bag. This thing is actually really cool. I did add one more Plano box inside of here. As you can see, this is mainly my Ned rig stuff with a few jig heads. I just kind of threw everything in here. A lot of my crappie and light terminal tackles not really organized very well. Not a lot like my bigger stuff. But I definitely want to switch my Ned rig over to definitely a lighter pole, a lighter weight pole with a smaller spinning rod. A lot of Ned rigging I do is consistent of just 10th ounce weights with small little Ned baits, 3-inch, sometimes 3.5 to 4-inch, not really much, and also drop shots on that small little pole. So I'll do a lot of crappie on that small pole, Ned rigging, and drop shots. Another one that I found, box that I found that I really love, is by Bass Mafia. They're double barrel for jerkbaits. I love jerkbait fishing. But this makes getting your jerkbaits you want to find so much easier. Look at that. I just pulled out a Mega Bass Tennessee Shad 110+1. I just pulled it right out of the box, ready for me to hook up, ready to go. I'm not fighting other jerkbaits trying to get it out. I want to get out another one of my favorites, Whippersnapper. Disco Shad. This throws out a lot of light, and for like $6, this is definitely a bargain. This is really great. I also have some stuff from Mega Bass, which is really great. I really love this crack style. White crack style. It just works really well. Really great. I love it. This is a slow sinking bait. Very slow, but it's really good. I'm not brand specific, so you're never going to hear me harp about a brand that I'm being sponsored from. I really don't think it's going to happen. And any brand that I end up being sponsored from, you will definitely hear about. Another thing that I'm using is the small little boat that I have. It's an 8-foot by 4-foot plastic boat. Like I said, everything's budget. I bought it for $200 used. Put a little trolling motor on it. I don't have an outboard for it. Everything's budget. So I'm doing what I can with what I have. Now, as for some of the poles that I have, like I said, budget. Shimano, what is this? Shimano SLX. This is the $100 that has the internal braking system. It still works really great. Also have the Shimano Celis. The Shimano Celis pole. This is more like a fast action, a true fast action. Medium heavy power. I do have other ones that I like. Another brand of pole that I really like is the Daiwa Arid X. Really great pole. Sells for right about $50, and it's just got a true parabolic motion to it that is just great in my opinion. Also use spinning rods. This one is the Pacific Sun Flame 2000 series. This is actually a gift from my father. This is really great. This is probably a pole that he had from the 1990s, and it was gifted down to me. I don't know the brand. It just says HES 60G. It's a 6-foot medium spinning. I did like everything I use. Almost everything I use is gonna be straight braid to a fluorocarbon leader, whether it's 8 pound, 10 pound, or 12 pound fluorocarbon leader. I really don't go up any higher than 12 pound unless I really have to, like with swim baits. One thing I really like to use on this spinning rod is weightless flukes. This is the Zoom Watermelon Red Flake. It is really great, awesome red color. I am using a red hook, a 3/0 wide EMG hook on this. I feel like, especially during the springtime, I feel like red is just an amazing, great color to use. But other than that, it's really all that I have. I'm using a Minn Kota 45-pound thrust foot control. Just one of the cheapest foot controlled trolling motors I could find for my little boat. Run two 12-volt batteries in parallel. That way I can have extended life out of it. Back when I was using one battery, it didn't last but for like 3.5 hours, and then I was fighting to get back to the dock to be able to charge my battery. Now that I have two, I've been out there for 7.5 hours. Absolutely no problem. Just as much power at the end of the day as I had it at the beginning of the day. Is just really great and amazing. And so really that's all I have at a beginning of this series. Hopefully you'll see me around. Hopefully you'll see me fishing. Hopefully you'll see me catch big fish. Till next time.